working with top level executive business owners like yourself, one of the things that I tend to notice is that we tend to go on this roller coaster of feeling burnt out and feeling wildly motivated, feeling like if I have to answer one more phone call or one more question, I'm going to burn my phone where it sits. And I'm going to set the whole world on fire with the changes that I've got coming down the pike. With working in such a fast-paced environment such as real estate, where truly we have to continue to fill our pipeline, we have to continue to fill our coffers in order to continue to have a sustainable business, I understand the up and down of it. And I'm going to throw a little bit of a grandma analogy at you. I know that you all are just dying to get another grandma analogy out of me. Over the winter, most of you know, I spent a lot of time doing jigsaw puzzles. It's too cold to go outside and do my gardening that I love doing in the spring, summer, and fall. And so I spend a lot more time indoors. And as someone with an overactive mind who can't really sit still very easily, one of the things that I indulge in is jigsaw puzzles. Just lean in, it'll be okay. This past winter, I got this really cool jigsaw puzzle that allows me to sit on a sofa, and it kind of like it elevates the puzzle, and it's got felt so the pieces don't move, and little drawers so as I sort them I can store them, and it's wonderful, genuinely. And I spent a lot of time doing jigsaw puzzles. One of the things that I noticed is that there's a pattern that happens as you do jigsaw puzzles. What happens is that it takes a little bit of time, honestly, 20, 30 minutes to really get into a flow state where you're recognizing patterns and finding that pieces are just starting to fit with ease. And that really starts to feel pretty incredible. And then a little bit after that, not much longer after that, at least for me, and maybe this comes with some time and practice. I'm not a marathon runner jigsaw puzzler yet. After about 45 minutes to an hour, I'm spent. I'm doing a poorer job of recognizing patterns than I was at the beginning of my sit down and getting into that flow state. And so I've got to get up and I've got to walk away, got to do something else. I think that this is a really beautiful analogy for working in a fast-paced, high energy environment, like owning a real estate business in particular. It's necessary for us to find time to sit and slow down and start to look at some pattern recognition within our business. And it takes some time to settle into a flow state with that. You're not going to sit down and just immediately turn your brain off and be able to immediately start noticing all these gaps and areas of improvement in your business. It takes a little bit of time. And then, just like doing jigsaw puzzles, after a certain amount of time, you're probably going to be spent and you need to get up, move a muscle, go do something different, and see what comes to you the next day. So my challenge to you is not necessarily to start doing jigsaw puzzles, although I highly recommend it. It genuinely is a wonderful, wonderful thing. My challenge, though, is to start to institute a practice of finding that quiet space to float into, to find patterns in your business that you wouldn't otherwise recognize if you were going from thing to thing and hopping all around. I also believe that this combats the burnout, the spikes of, oh my gosh, I'm on fire and everything is amazing, and the burn it all to the ground, I hate what I'm doing and I'm going to start a different business entirely. If instead of that, we can slow down and recognize patterns, we can make the changes we can change the things that are frustrating us within our business. So a couple questions to reflect on around this. I'm curious how the analogy of doing a jigsaw puzzle actually relates to you in your life, in your business ownership. Does it, or do you think I'm just nuts? In general, I wonder if there's a moment that has come up in the recent past with your business that if you'd have slowed down, you would have recognized a pattern and been able to make a change for the difference in the future. Are the same problems cropping up over and over again, essentially? And then ultimately, I'm going to ask you to really look at, what is my practice for slowing down, getting into the flow state, and truly examining the patterns that are showing up within my business? Not the in the business stuff of hustling and bustling and slinging houses and throwing contracts here and there, but the slow down to recognize these people are always in conflict, or I'm always coming up against this deadline issue, or I'm always needing to come back around and figure out how to solve this recruiting issue. Whatever it may be, let's stop, slow down, and actually get a system in place rather than just consistently running and running and running. So again, one of my favorite little grandma moments here. You know me now to be an avid gardener and now a jigsaw puzzler. Buckle up. Well, eventually, I'm sure we'll talk about bread making. We'll have the full trifecta of grandma-ism here. But truly, is there something that you can take out of the practice of working on or playing with a jigsaw puzzle?